Welcome back, friends. It is BigDenoPlays time. We are on episode 3 of Cycle 3, the Pitiless of the Sun. We are about to move into our third timeline battle, and that will be against an Icarian Harpy. This is our last level 1 fight. Yes, it's wonderful. We're very excited about that fact. Not so much, actually, but we will make do. So we're on day 12, and we have triggered loop end as well. That will come into effect after we've completed this battle. We are going to get a combat technology after this. Let's have a look at our brave Argonauts as they face off against the Icarian Harpy. Once again, we're bringing the logic breaker with the Abyssal Watchers. We've tweaked a little bit. We're not going to take a big guy, whatever this guy's name is. I can't remember at the moment. I've got to look it up now. It's annoying me. Warkeeper. We're not bringing a Warkeeper. We're just going to bring a normal Dreamwalker. We've got a few Dreamwalkers up our sleeve, so we'll take one of them along with us. While we're on the topic, actually, let's just see if we haven't got a Maze Walker, I don't think. Oh, is that a Logic Breaker Warkeeper? Yeah, we're gonna make a Maze Walker by losing a Dreamwalker. Change dead. This was last turn. We should have done this. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. I think we just add it 10 days from then, and it's called Advanced Titan Breeding. No, it's called something else, Titan Breeding. Titan Breeding Cretan Strains, 10 days from now. Perfect. We shall add a Maze Runner on 21 days. Wonderful. That was last turn. Should have done it, forgot to do it. Did say that I was going to do it, but didn't do it. We have a little bit of fate and danger going into this fight, which can sometimes play into your favour. It opens up some of your abilities a little bit earlier on, but it can also get you dead quicker. Let's go over to the primordial sheet as always. So once again, we have a rapid adaptation board. We have one single token on it because we're a level 1. And we have a collection of bleeding tokens. So starting from highest danger and going down in a descending order, we get bleeding. So our highest danger is Penelope and Telemachus. Both of them are going to gain bleeding. However, I think we can choose, because they're both the same. So we will use the bleeding 5 guy. We'll take 2 bleeding tokens. And Ulysia will take 1 bleeding token. Going into this battle, we have Tele-Healing, Fate Converter, Pursuer Protocol, and Tele-Resuscitation, which is stand up from knockdown, discard bleeding tokens, move a space on a window of opportunity, and lose 2 fate to gain 1 danger. The board is set up. We have the Icarian Harpy. I have shuffled these decks already, and this is facing to the right, like so. Argonauts done, so just want to make sure. So at the start of the battle, 2 Ambrosia tokens gained here. On an 8+, we ignore those. So there's 2 Ambrosia tokens there. That's from Spewed from the Abyss. Otis 0, I'm very excited about that bonus attack, Obel Draw thing. Exhaust Inspire from Telemachus, and Time Anchor and Assist 1. Cool. I've got a lot of new keywords from the equipment. As you can see, we've got the Spiral Shield here, and we've also got the Siren Cataphract. So there's a few extra keywords that will be really relevant. So for example, Motivate 1 and we've also got spiral 1 there. So some interesting things we can work with. I think we're good to go. Bleeding tokens done. That's it. Over to this champion. Tentacle Suffocate. So we target a non-bleeding Titan in sight. And so the trigger for that non-bleeding Titan in sight will be Herodotus, because Herodotus is the priority target and is not bleeding. So it is going to be appear behind and attack. How dare you? Appear behind and attack. Hiya! Is that what we want? The next person to be attacked is probably going to be Solon, so I think we're fine there. Yep, we're fine there. So appear behind and attack. It is bleeding 1. Each hit deals 2 danger. 3 on a 9. We have a couple of pieces of equipment that are relevant here. Let's snip over to this bad boy. First of all, Exile's Garb. So that's giving us +1 evasion. We also have the Spiral Shield, which gives us a swirl. And at this point, we're going to spend a fate to also use dodge. So we are going to have looking for 7s to block here. Due to the Exile's Garb and the Spiral Shield. So 7s will block, and we have 2 rerolls available on this. 1, 3, 2. It's an inauspicious start for my intended evasion block. We remain on 1, 3, 2. Great start, Herodotus. Oh, that's not Herodotus. Spend a fate. Now gains 6 danger, has no way to avoid that. Awful start. We can exhaust the cast off and resolve a trauma draw as 1 lower. I think we will do that using cast off. So we're gaining bleeding 1 from this attack. Bleeding 1. And let's see what our trauma draw is. So it's a major trauma, and we have inner strength. Lose a danger and stand up. You may immediately perform a bonus attack. Wonderful stuff. That has multiple benefits. 1, it breaks this combo thing, after effect, which we would have gained muffled, but we're not going to anymore. We can unexhaust the weapon. I might just check the rules for this. When it says you may make a bonus attack, you can unexhaust a weapon. Does that weapon have to be the one that you then use? Bonus attack. 56. Bonus attacks. Most bonus. No. For a bonus attack, you may declare an exhausted weapon as your active weapon. So we could use the Spiral Shield because it is a weapon, but we will not be able to do that. Let's do it. Smouldering Mace. There's no tokens in the pool whatsoever, so this is just hard rolling a 7. Don't think there's anything else I can do. Yep, hard roll 7. That's a 2. Otis, can you just do something for me, please? There's no downside to us full missing. We don't draw a card. There's no effect. I did really want to reposition though. Vault. Is Vault in the first ability window? Vault. It is. So let's vault over the back of the primordial, like so, with our Exile's Garb. And we will position ourselves there. That'll be it. That's our turn. Smouldering Mace, done. Nothing else added to the pool. We just gained a rage and break the cycle. Now, Chumpy McChumpface will make an attack using Predator with the most bleeding tokens in sight that has not been attacked this round. That is Solon. Straight in front of him. He turns like this. He makes an attack. That attack is 3 on a 10. Solon has failed abysmally. He's got 1 reroll. He hits none, so that will be 6 danger. Maybe I was wrong about my original just thoughts. This is going to be easier. However, he negates 3 of that danger, so it goes to 5, which is very good. For each danger mitigated, you may move your time anchor 1 space. We don't need to do that. We will draw a trauma, and that will be a major trauma, and it is marked for death. You are the priority target, friend. That's it. Bleeding 1. Sure. Start of the Titan round. We don't want to load the cannon because there's no value in doing that. What we probably need to do is clear some bleeding tokens from friends. Alright, we might do Herodotus again. We really need to add some tokens to the pool, don't we? Who's our best 2 hits? It's either Solon or Logibreaker. Okay. At this point, we are going to do Herodotus first. So he is going to, first of all, he will gain a bleed token, but he has the Hourglass Necklace, so he can spend a fate to ignore bleeding build-up. So he's going to do that, which means we just draw the top major trauma, 1, and if it's positive, we remove it. It's negative, it stays on top. He's then going to make an attack with the Smouldering Mace. Goes to Rage 3, which is pretty nice. We're still hard rolling a 7 here. Don't appreciate that at all. 2. I have to try and get a hit in here. Reroll on a 7. It's a crit miss. Oh, man. Bad start. I gotta check full miss because I can't do exactly what I want, I don't think. I just wanted to get a reposition there. Could have done some good stuff. Reposition. Full miss. Probably have to decide if I'm going to vault before that starts, but full miss. Page 49. Straight to step 9, clear the Kratos pool without resolving further attack steps and immediately end the attack. Some gear cards have additional effects. Nope, can't vault. Probably should decide if I'm going to vault. before I do things, but we would have vaulted to here. We can then move one step, and we're then going to use the free action. Oh no, we can't do that because our turn ends. What a disaster. What a disaster of a start. That's a straight awful beginning. It does have Inspire 1. That does nothing. Great. The Logic Breaker is going to move one stop to here, and as a free action is going to use Stop Bleeding Others. Discard 2 bleeding tokens from Ulyssia. She loses 2 bleeding tokens and her bleeding goes away. Ulyssia will then go, her token starts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She is done. And that means Solon is just going to swing with his Black Xiphos after gaining 2 bleeding tokens. Gaining 1 bleeding token, I should say. Oh, Telebacchus, he's going to roll 3 major traumas. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's got to lose. Oh, we're going to lose 2 Kratos Glimpse. Going to Rage. No. Ah, well. And then he's going to sacrifice his movement to clear 2 of those bleeding tokens. He's then going to swing with the Black Xiphos. It's +2, which means we need a 6. Raise his rage. He rolls a 7. Why couldn't the other guy roll freaking 7? Push back 3. Bad times. Start of his turn. It's a 4 though. Oh, would love the right Talon of Doom. 1, 2, 1 thing there. There's nothing in the pool. So we just need to roll some decent dice. We have failed abysmally. Oh well. I'm not going to waste. I don't have power rerolls. The sword puts 2 openings in the pool, thank goodness. And then we gain a black token, which is great. We gain a reposition 1, but that'll happen after 1 destructible, 2, and collision shield means we can reduce pushbacks and knockbacks. Black iceberg, giant. Black ice. If you suffer crash on this tile, additionally gain an ambrosial attack. What is happening? We don't have tumble. That does give us an extra red dice if we get another one. Awful start. Awful start. We already have bleeding 1, so we won't have any more bleeding. We are literally going straight into this chump's phase, having not done a wound in turn 1. I don't like that at all. Talon Graze, a non-bleeding titan in sight. That can either be Ulyssia or the Logic Breaker. If we choose Ulyssia, what is it? Pushback 2 on attack. We've got any avoid pushbacks? Logic Breaker can avoid pushbacks. I think we'll do Ulyssia. So this is going to go straight here. 1, 1, 2. So make an attack, 1, 2, 3 on a 10. She has nothing to block with. Oh, she got a crit of aid. Anything for a crit of aid, you champion? No. Bleeding 1. If the attack hits, raise your trauma level by 1 and resolve a trauma draw. That just means you move up to 4. She gains bleeding 1. This is just going terrible. And her fate is not higher than 4, so the trauma draw, we already know what it is because it's a major trauma. Oh, look, gain 2 fate. The Moire are watching. Okay, now bleeding predation triggers. Who do we want? It is the most bleeding token, so it'll have to be Solon because he has the priority target token. Leave him alone. I like that positioning though, that's good. Again, 3 on a 10. Blocks none, but has his thingy. None. So that is 3 danger coming through. However, we have our shield, or our Siren Cataphract, I should say. Blocks 2, so that's 1 danger. Did I remember to use his armor last time he got attacked? I did. Unfortunately. It's a grave trauma. Starting very well indeed. See the pattern. Look at the top cards of the BP and AI decks. Gain a glory. That's a good one to get at this point because I think that tips us to 6 glory, which means we're going to trigger Icarus's plea when there are 6 or more. C008. Ooh, good. And we look at the top cards of these decks. So let's have a look. We have Humanoid Limb, no Unseeing Eye, or whatever it's called. Bonus attack. And I don't think that's going to be on top. I'm confident we're going to do a wound. That's it. Got bleeding 1 already. It's a wonderful start. It's over to our turn. This bleeding is going to punish us. Who do we go with here? Okay, I've got a plan. I think Ulyssia. We're going to start with Ulyssia. So she's going to move her time anchor. She's going to move 1, 2, 3. She's in the rear. Great start. She's got the horizon's edge. Great swings. Which means she is deadly because she's in the blind spot. She's got a crit chance on a 9. And there was some good stuff on the crit chance. Ah, you like to see that. You like to see that. It's Penelope. Gain a rage. Do we gain a fate to re-roll that? Actually, is that a hit anyway? I think that could even be a hit anyway, you know. So let's count it up. So she's got 1, 2 from there. She's got 3 from her repurposed Cryptex, which takes her to +3. 4, 5, 6 because she's in the blind spot, and he's 8 to hit. So that 2 is actually a hit. That's 2 hits, and it's a crit chance. We know the crit chance is this humanoid limb. She's going to gain the priority target token, which she can't because old mate already has it. She's going to roll 2 reds, a black, and another red. There is a black token in the pool, and we just need to hit a 4. For a chance. We've got 1, 2, 3 from those weapons. And we'll use our black token for this. That's enough. That's 1. So that takes us to 4, which trashes the humanoid limb. Gain the priority target token. You may perform a bonus attack ignoring the rapid adaptation trait. Rapid adaptation goes here. We get to ignore rapid adaptation. That is great. I'm going to make the pool, but first I'm going to do this. That's a better turn of events than we've had happen so far. I mean, I probably would have preferred doing some wounds in the first few turns, but hey, it is what it is. Build the pool. 2 opening tokens plus 2 break tokens from the crit chance. I forgot to do her bleeding tokens. She gains a bleeding token. It's the top 2 cards in this deck, which we know are both negative. They are both negative. Done. I could completely remove her bleeding tokens, but we won't. We'll put another break token in the pool. Bonus attack time. Horizon's Edge. How about another crit chance? I'd like something good out of this. Oh, disable the pull keyword on harpy attacks. That is so awesome to get rid of that. No pulling for you. Same number of dice. Gain a rage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we have 3 break tokens in the pool. Don't even have to re-roll. Again, we're going to gain 2 breaks. We'll put another opening. Oh, yes. That's good stuff. Horizon's Edge keeps us in the game. Boom. Disable the pull keyword. Now, rapid adaptation obviously still triggers. Rapid adaptation is over here. Not going to matter at this point because she's the only one with that type of weapon attacking. Yeah. 2 wounds. All right, Deno. Come on, mate. Fire up. Okay, good work from Penelope. Now, we're going to do the logic breaker. Bang. Moving into the blind spot as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. At this point, the logic breaker is going to use his free action to clear Ulysses' bleeding tokens, stopping bleeding others. And then going to make an attack in the rear with the Abyssal Watchers. Ceci Guard, gain a rage. And we can gain additional dice by gaining a fate. So we'll gain a fate to gain 4 dice on this attack. So these are hitting on +2s. +3 is 5, so that's +5, which means we're hitting on 3s. We're in the blind spot, 2s. So anything but. And we have Spiral. So we'll re-roll our crit chance. And we might as well re-roll another one. Oh, see, that's just really good stuff. We've had 3 crit chances on the hop. Abyssal Watchers coming in clutch. If you have 4 hits and you have 2 Ambrosia tokens, which we do, it's bonus red dice from a rear space. So we are rolling 5 red dice here with auto break from the logic breaker. This seems good. Reposition 2, opening X. This is a crit chance as well. What do we got? The Predator trait treats 1 bleeding token as having no bleeding condition at all. Oh, and we need a 5. There's 4 break tokens in the pool. Get out of here. Get out of here. So good. Feathered back. Oh, that is just a really good turn of events, isn't it? Opening X on those Abyssal Watchers gives us 4 opening tokens. And then the Logic Breaker is at level 2, which will be 2 breaks done. It auto breaks, but it's definitely good. We've got reposition 2. So we will reposition 1, 2. And I don't think there's anything else we need to do. No. Survive and able. No. We actually can't do what I just did there. We have to move 1, 2. Because we can't, we'll actually just go, 1. We'll just go 1, that's fine. Okay. That's turned out a little bit better than we were going before. So we need to do an escalation. It's another 1 out of here. Okay, I'm feeling so much better now. I was just feeling really nervous and bad about this whole situation. I was like, how have we not done a wound? It's turn 2. Okay. Our best person now will be Herodotus. Herodotus is already on 6 danger. He is going to gain a bleed token. That's going to whip these 2 major traumas, which we both know are negative. Heroic death on top. Don't love that. So gain a token. Oh, he's not going to be able to get anywhere, is he? He's not going to be able to get anywhere. So he will sacrifice his combat action. 1, 2, 3. To clear his bleeding card. That's a shame. Would have been good to make an attack with that weapon. That was his token. Finally, that leaves Solon. Can we go for 4 crits in a row? Black Xiphos. He is also, oh no, he's a 7 danger, so it means we got to, oh actually, yeah, he has to gain the, I could use my, I'll tell you what, I'm going to use telehealing in Solon's, in Herodotus's activation to clear his bleed. That means there's no one bleeding right now. And that prevents us from having to draw one of the major traumas out, even though I don't know what it is. Sometimes the knowledge is useful. And we'll attack with the Black Xiphos. 1 more Ambrosia token would have been lovely, but it is what it is. Oh my god. 4 crits in a row. He's having a good time, isn't he? Oh, it's an 8 though. I don't think we can do that actually. We need to, what are we? 1, 2, I don't think we can do it at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our maximum is 7 on this attack. We do have assist keyword somewhere. What does assist do? Someone's got assist. I'm sure of it. Motivate. sure I've got assist somewhere. Reposition, black, reposition 4, fire, assist, block. Second chance. Why did I feel like I had assist? Maybe that was on something else I was going to make. I'll read it anyway, because assist is one of those jank ones that occasionally comes up. Assist. During another Titan's power roll, you can add break tokens to the pool, which you can only do to allow someone to wound. There's another one that's not assist that like adds an actual wound. What's that one called? Inspire, knockdown, laser resist, rock steady, pass, provoke. Doesn't matter. I don't have it. Anyway, rapid adaptation forced it to be over to knives from our things. So we're actually looking for a 9, which means we can't even come close. So we fail, which we have disabled the pull card. Oh, actually we haven't disabled it because it says disable the pull keyword on harpy attacks, and that is a reaction. Gain the muffled card. Solon's having a bad time, really. Pull. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. We can do nothing about that. Clear the pool. Gain 2 openings. Put a black in there. That's good. And then we are on rage 2, so we'll put an opening and no, we'll put 2 breaks. 2 breaks. That's a shame. 4 crit chances in a row. Let's go for 5. Let's go for 5. Primordial turn. Have a AI2 if you don't mind. Serrated swipe. Has to be Solon because he is the priority target token and everyone is non-bleeding. Has she got... yeah, I think Ulyssia just suffered crash and knockdown from that primordial walking over the top of her. Four and a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4 on a 9. And this is on Solon. Could be in for some trouble here. It's none. We've got 1 reroll. That's 1 block at least. Does it do any wounds? No, it doesn't help us at all unless we full block. We've got to push back 2 again. 1, 2. We could knock that to push back 1. And I think we will. So she's going to get knocked back 5. She already has knockdown, so... Cool. So taking bleeding 2. Boom. Gaining 4 danger. 1, 2 blacks to block with our new armor. Ooh, it's a good start. Oh, see, this is where things start to change for the better, friends. The Siren Cataphract. We can move our time anchor. We don't need to do that, but that's good. But we've just blocked 3 of the incoming damage, so we've gone to an 8 instead of an obel draw. That is huge. And we also have a knockdown. It is... oh my god! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ah, I love this game sometimes. We can push this guy back, but I don't think we want to, do we? How to awaken. Immediately perform a chain break. So the knockdown is ignored. Great. Gain the priority target token. Already got it. Discard any conditioned cards and tokens. The bleeding goes away. Oh. Oh. How good is that? If you are knocked down, you may stand up. We gain 2 trespass tokens. And you may immediately perform a move or pushback up to your normal move value. And perform a bonus attack. Well, this is great. The adversary is going to start chasing us though. Moving down. Ariadne's anchor's gone. Oh my God. Oh, it cost us an Argo Fate to do that. That's okay. I will take an Argo Fate to bring the might of someone to this battle. The question is, who do we want that someone to be? Do I have that yet? No. Yes, I do have that. Ooh, that is tempting. Let's go through the gods that I've got available actually, because I don't think I've really talked about them that much. Ares, god of war. Demeter, god of the earth. Hades, god of the underworld. Zeus, god of the lightning. Hephaestus, god of the forge. Hermes, the messenger god. And Poseidon, the god of the oceans. I think I'm going to go for... Maybe Demeter. Cannot be involuntarily moved or suffer knockdown. You can still be displaced. Demeter. Roots of the earth. It's decision time. Demeter will join us over here. Oh my goodness, this is so clutch. I guess we're just making an attack with the Black Xiphos then, aren't we? Telebacchus. Gain an attack. Black Xiphos. It's +2, +4 to hit. That's an 8. That's a hit. We lose our streak of crits in a row. We ignore attack responses. If we get a wound, we've already got muffled. We are a black. We are 2 reds. We're an auto power. We have a black token in the pool. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have 2 break tokens, 5, 6. So we don't even need to use that. Gain the muffled condition card. If you gain that condition a second time, flip this card to gain sealed. Suboptimal. But it's another wound. 4. 4 now. Now, at this point, it's actually a wonderful time to be us, because we did have the predation trait to trigger. However, guess how many Argonauts have bleeding right now? None. It's our turn and the world is our oyster. Opening, we'll add another opening in there. Demeter. Oh, I love an awakening. We're going to daze the monster as well using our forbidden love. So he's going to turn around like so. We also have Motivate 1 on our Siren Cataphract. And we will allow this guy to move off into there. Okay. Who is our best person to start with? There's a 2. Who's going to most likely to do the damage? Okay, so first thing we're going to do at the start of our turn is we're going to use Teleresuscitation to stand up Ulyssia. She is no longer knocked down. Her turn will go and she will move her tile all the way over here. She's then going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So she's continuing the same cardinal direction. She is in blind spot adjacent space. And she has 5 danger, which means she is now considered to be in the blind spot. So she has deadly on the horizon's edge. She's hitting on a 2+. Oh, that's where the assist is. It's on her card. I was like, where the hell's assist? It's there. Come on, Crit City. Oh, 6 and a 5. It's not Crit City, but it's 2 hits. Pull 3, gain the muffled condition card. Can you stop pulling us, you clown? It's not a crit, but we have a lot of dice to roll. Ooh, we might have fallen short here. 1, 2, 3 with a black. Interesting choices. Do we just accept that we're going to fail this, not gain muffled, and gain bleeding up to 2? That is what we're going to do. We are going to take the fail because I like his positioning right where he is. We are now bleeding 2. But that was at the start of our turn that you would trigger the bleeding token gain. So she is done. We build the pool. We add 2 opening tokens. We add 2 break tokens. And we'll go 1 more break, I think. That's Ulyssia done. Solon will go next, I think. Start of turn. You may draw and resolve a grave trauma. If you do, discard this condition card. So we're going to do Demeter. We lose 2 danger. Start of our turn. We lose one of our trespass tokens. So we only have 1 left. We will draw and resolve a grave trauma. Actually, we might do this in a slightly different order, but yeah, we'll see what we get. Break the wheel. Stand up. Roll a d10. See if we can awaken. Oh, look, we can't awaken. Good stuff. So we lose 2 fate from that because we just resolved sealed. And we will make an attack in the rear with the black Xiphos. This is probably not the right play, Deno. I'm feeling a little bit foolish now. The sword is not the right play. Because it's going to be +1. Yeah. Our best bet is actually Well, it's mace, knives. Yeah, so it has to be one of these two. But I think the club's probably better. Let's assume I didn't do him next. Everything else remains the same. He's going to lose all of his things. I'll just do Otis next. Gain a rage. He's going to move his time anchor. He's going to move into the rear. 1, 2, into the rear. Make an attack with the mace. It's a slightly better chance of doing a wound. I've already gained a rage. That's a 5, so that is definitely a hit. Actually, it's exactly the same chance to gain a wound. Because Demeter is rolling a black dice as well. It's done. 7 goes to 8. We can just barely do it if we roll maximum firepower. So, fail, all adjacent Titans suffer knockdown. That's suboptimal. It's not a critical. This is a huge roll actually. We've got 3 break tokens in the pool. I've got a few rerolls. Let's see how we go. Oh, I think that's enough. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we're 1 short. We'll re-roll these 2 with power re-rolls. Oh, we just got there. Wow. That was so nerve-wracking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rapid adaptation triggers. With the mace, the club moves down to here. Boom. Wound. The harpy moves to the center of the board and turns to face the most titans. We'll face this way. Whew. That was a level 2, so we'll pop a 3 in here. Okay, so Herodotus done, Ulysses done, Logic Breaker still to go. We will do Demeter at this point. As I said before, loses a rage. We need to build the pool. Break 1, fire 1, reposition 1. Break 1, fire 1, reposition 1. Opening, opening, break, break. No, we had to use 2 power rerolls. 1 power reroll. Opening, break, break. Yep. 2 openings, 2 breaks and a fire. Demeter in the rear with the Black Xiphos. It's +2. He's no longer in the rear, sorry. +2, +4. No precision bonus. Gonna gain rage. It's a 3. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not enough. He's going to gain a rage, gain a fate, sorry, to re-roll that. Can't do anything about that, can I? Oh, crit miss. That's awful. Lose everything out of the pool. Oh no. He will move away now. One, two, three. Has to move in the same cardinal direction. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down to here. And that's there. Good work, Demeter. Logic Breaker. Last swinger this turn. with the Abyssal Watchers with nothing in the pool. 1, 2, 3 into the rear. Do we gain a fate? Rage for the attack. Fate to roll some extra dice. It's +2, +3. Yeah. 9, 6, and 5. If we gain a fate, we can re-roll. Oh no, we've got spiral. That's right. So we'll just re-roll this one and lose a fate. Ah, it's another 1. Damn, that's actually a pretty big swing on dice. 2 hits is a red, plus a red from the logic breaker, plus an auto break from the logic breaker. Oh well, it's only a level 1. See how we go. 6! You joker. Oh, he's got overbreak and power rerolls on his 3, I guess. Regurgitate, pushback 3. Oof. We'll use this power reroll. Can't overbreak it, but no, we miss by 1. Regurgitate, pushback 3. Logic breaker reduces that to 2. 1, 2. Moves to there. Everyone is done for the turn. At least we can put some tokens in the pool. It's an opening. And the Abyssal Watchers, it's 4 opening tokens. That's all he's bringing to the table. Ooh. Oh, this one sucks. Oh, but his pool's disabled. Furthest Titan in sight in range. I think that's actually Solon. Unfortunately, let's check the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's definitely Solon. Could he evade out of reach? If he wanted to spend 4 fate, he could evade out of reach. It's 4 and a 10, and he's rolling on 10s. We're going to spend 4 fate, so it's 1, 2, and oh no, we're not going to be able to do it. We're not going to get out of range because he doesn't have an Iapetus Lifeguard. Okay, well it is what it is. 4 dice on a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dodging 1 there. We will re-roll 1. Nope. We can spend 2 fate to block with our collision shield, and we will do that. So it's 2 hits coming through. Now this card is, each hit deals 3 danger if you're pulled adjacent. If not, each hit deals 2. Because Demeter can't be moved or involuntarily at all, he is not getting moved anywhere, which means it's just 2 danger per hit. So that's 4 danger coming in, and he has Siren Cataphract armor, so he blocks 2 of it. He goes to 8, and that is it. After attack, consume an adjacent knockdown Titan. There is not one. No one has bleeding, so that will be the end of predation. All we need to do now is draw a grave trauma and not die. Heroic life. You will probably die. Oh no. Immediately stand, move up to 3 spaces and perform a bonus attack. We will use Second Chance. on our fate safe that we have over here. So second chance, same rule as many people have early on the sales bowlers, just have a redraw. This is our big trauma deck. And we get Fused Souls. Okay, that's fine. That was okay. End of the Titan turn. So who's our best play now? We have a level 2 on top. No break tokens in the pool though. Nobody's bleeding. We're already here, so I think at this point, everyone here, can you get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you use your reflex, so we will do that. Reflex 1. Yeah, we've got to make an attack with him while we can. Herodotus maybe in the rear. I'd like to have my spiral shield back online. Probably the most, oh yeah, Ulysses does have bleeding actually. So there is a bleeding target, which means predation is going to trigger bleeding. So let's reverse that. Predation goes here. Boo. Boo. I thought we didn't have any bleeding. Predation on Penelope, it's 3 dice, hitting on a 10. Blocking 1. So that's 4 danger coming in. 3. What do you get for your grave trauma? See pattern again. Nice. We can get that a second time. That happened because we shuffled the deck. We're going to 7. That's awesome. And we can look at the top card of each deck. This BP, this is actually really helpful. There is no Quantum Eye, and it is an 8. Okay, Tentacle Muscles. And this one I don't really care about, but Manic Gutting, that seems bad. So 8, who is going to do an 8? Who is at 4 rage moving to 5? Telebarcus or Otis? Has to be one of those two. We'll do Otis 0, the great man. He's here. If we were to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there, I think that's the most likely way for us to stop any attacks. The only weapon he's got is the Smouldering Mace. Oh, actually, there's no break tokens in the pool. Oh, how do we get break tokens in the pool? The logic breaker is unlikely. Logic breaker gets an auto break and can roll a lot of dice and can get in the rear. One, two, three, 4, 5 can just get in the rear. Okay, I think it's got to be the logic breaker because at least we get 1 auto break and we're going to be able to roll a lot of dice. A lot of dice with Thessegard. Yep, I think that's our best play. So the logic breaker is going to go red here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have to follow the cardinal direction. I couldn't move here to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the blind spot, we are going to gain 2 fate, 1, 2, to roll 6 dice in the blind spot. Is there any way to gain an ambrosia token to discard a bleeding token? Oh yeah, I've got 2 ambrosia tokens already. Yeah, this should be good. So we're rolling 6 dice here, and these are hitting on 2s. Crit chance is pretty good. They all hit. I'm going to re-roll 3 of these with Spiral. I'm Spiral 3 to clear all my fate. And we still hit 6 times. Doesn't change the number of dice we're rolling. We are rolling 1, 2, 3, plus pin in the rear, plus having the ambrosia, the logic breaker. And we gain a single break token. Going to 4. 5 dice needing to hit an 8, which is actually a 9 because of the thing. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 9. Oh no. I've got no other way to get break tokens. We're a huge missed opportunity here. Oh, it's so close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What can we do about that? I don't think there's anything we can do. I mean, we can re-roll this. He's got auto break 1. I haven't got any other way to add break tokens to the pool. Opening X, gain 1 ambrosia token when you attack. Oh man, I'm so upset. I'm a 1 in 6 of doing this wound, and it would be so good. I definitely feel like that was the right play. Oh. No. Oh, no. That's a bad turn of events. It's a bad turn of events. Oh, well. Man, that would have been so good if we got that. Oh, no. That's okay. We're going to add plenty of opening tokens. It's going to be 6 opening tokens. And I'm just going to check the rules for elation. It's just opening tokens. Man, this guy is not giving me any armor cracking at all. Pull 3 and knockdown. We can reduce pulls by 2. 1, 2. Go to there, knockdown. Go to there, knockdown. That's great. That's really great. Everyone's knocked down and danger filled and just getting pummeled. Danger from crash. Danger from crash. All right, we're going to have to do Demeter. We will, at this point, use our tele-healing to discard the 2 bleeding tokens from Ulyssia. So she is no longer bleeding. We will also... Where's my Inspire? It's on Herodotus. Yeah. So maybe we will do... No. Let's use the god Demeter. Straight into here. His little token things here. He's going to swing for the fences. He loses 2 danger because of being Demeter. This is our last turn with Demeter's Brave God form. 1 Black Xyphos attack. It's on an AI 3, would you believe? It's a 4. It's definitely a hit. It's a sword though. So the good news is that there's no bonus. It's 8. Yeah, we're slim chance. Slim chance. 1 black for being Demeter. 2 red for the swords. Extra red. Bonus slash. Didn't critical. Would have loved a critical. That's such an annoying roll. So many break tokens. Oh, fuck, that's just... Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a wound. Oh, it's a BP3. We have to remove a 1 from there. Shuffle a 3. We still haven't lost a Titan yet, he says. Stupidly. Perform signature against the attacker. Talon Scratch. At least it's Telebacchus. At least he's got some punishing options. He goes to there. He attacks. He hits 3 on a 10. Oh, blocks 1 on a 10. Collision shield is exhausted, so I can't re-roll on the block. So that's 2. Each hit deals 2 danger and bleeding 1. Is that right? Each hit deals 2 danger, so that's 4 danger coming in. But I am 3 black dice on defense. I block all of that incoming danger. And I shan't be moved from your piddly knockback, Talon Scratch. How dare you? It's good, it's good. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wounds with another 3 on top. Let's build the pool. Black. 2 openings. Motivate 1. Everybody is knocked down. So we don't need to motivate 1. I suppose we can motivate the logic breaker to walk away. Just walk away, Renee. Oh. We somehow got to do this in the next turn, otherwise we're going to lose that Dreamwalker Solon. And Fused Souls means the Argonaut dies as well. I don't really want to lose that. I suppose if I lose that one, that's okay. We get Death Proceeds back. Alright. Otis 0. Sorry. Opening. I'm just getting too far ahead of myself. Black is just from the sword. Then we got 1, 2, 3 breaks, thank goodness. And that'll do. We are going to use an Argo ability, Teleresuscitation, to stand up Herodotus, 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to make an attack. He has Inspire 1, which means he can stand up Ulysses, which means we can maybe, just maybe, do it this turn if we are lucky. His token is back here. The side view. It's a scary time. She's got an Ambrosia token if it matters. He's swinging with the Smouldering Mace. He's also moving up to Rage 5. There's finally break tokens in the pool. +1, +2, +3. I'm actually going to change that. I don't need that many break tokens. I'm going to put 1 in there. An extra opening. Otis, come on, son. Oh my God. I have been on a tear tonight on dice. An absolute tear. It's a crit. Oh. Oh, it's a 10 though. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Can I do it? Oh, if I can clutch this, I'm gonna be so happy. 1 black, 2 reds, extra red. Oh, is that all I've got? Oh, and a break, open, a thing. Oh man, why did I have to roll a 10? Now I feel even worse. Sphere cast card. Oh, I want that so bad. I got a black and 2 break tokens. I regret changing my opening token. Smouldering Mace. Oh man, I just want to do this so badly. It's a terrible, terrible roll. All right, can we do it at all? 1, 2, 3, 4. I would need... No, I don't think I can do it with that. Oh, that's so disappointing. I fail, I draw an oval. That's unfortunate. We'll use our black token for this. Yeah, it's over. The dream's over. Oh, I had a chance to convert into the sphere cast. What does that thing do? I need to go and have a look at that. What does it do? Show me what I just missed. Oh, that's so annoying. Oh, shit. What does our fail reaction do? Draw an oval. Now, what has this guy got? That's right, he's got this thing. When you're about to drive from a trauma draw, oval draw, you may perform a bonus attack. You still die afterwards. I sort of want to draw an oval here. Man, I've rolled well actually in this one, but it hasn't helped. Well, it has helped. Gain a rage, build the Kratos pool, break 1, fire 1, break, open, 3, 4, 5, yep. 1 more break. He's got auto black 1 because he's got 5 danger. Did that change my... No, because I rolled shit on that first black roll. Reposition 2. 1, 2, 3 repositions. Thanks to all of the things. He had tumble. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. Into the rear. She's got the Deadly Horizon's Edge. Can we go like 8 from 8 crits? No, we can't. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2 hits. Gain bleeding. Stop giving me bleeds, you wedge head. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have a power reroll we can use. So we will use that power reroll there. 8 just sneaks it in. Rapid adaptation turns the whip. Oh, you know what? I could not even do a wound with that club. Couldn't even do a wound with the smouldering mace anyway. But we did that one. Gained bleeding up to 2. So more bleeding tokens coming out. 1, 2. And we're on 9 wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, 7, 8. We're on 8. And we're popping a level 3 in here. Oh, 1 on top's fine. Level 3 in here. Oh. Build a pool. 2 openings from the weapon. Reposition 2. 1, 2. We'll put 3 breaks. And that is all from the horizon's edge. It's the monster's turn. We are going to die with our Demeter dude. So if Demeter takes another turn, he will die. So let's hope that doesn't happen. How's Penelope at 9 danger? Draw an AI card. It's a 3. Non-bleeding Titan in sight. Herodotus or the Logic Breaker. Our choice, because neither of them are the priority targets. Herodotus, 7 danger. Logic Breaker, 1 danger. We shall attack the Logic Breaker. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, if the attack hits, draw an obol. Oh, this is massive. Because if he survives an obol, he actually gets to make an attack. Logic Breaker. Dodges none. If the attack hits, draw an obol. For each hit, add 1 you died card. Oh, well, he's less likely to survive now. Have we got a block? No, I haven't got a block at all. So we'll just put these 2 you died cards into the deck. And this is just all going awful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll re-roll that. This one, I feel like it's a you died. He has not got a second chance, so he is just dead. Which means that does not trigger. Logic Breaker dies. That's just very upsetting. Everyone else will gain rage because a friend died today. Gain rage. Gain rage. Gain rage. Then he's going to attack Penelope because she has the most bleeding tokens with predation. That's so annoying. I can't do anything about that, and I feel like Penelope's also going to die. Oh. 3 on a 10. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'll spend a fate to try and jank a third 10. I'm rolling like a demon. Oh my God. Oh, sit down. Sit down. Herodotus. We use this Iapetus lifesaver to move to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2. Oh my goodness. We're actually a decent, well, not a decent chance, but we're a chance. It's our turn. It's going to be Herodotus. He's going to move into the rear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. He's got no bleeding tokens. He can't do anything about anyone else's bleeding tokens because he's too far away. We've run out of tele-healing charges. So Ulysses is going to be putting some bad stuff in the thing. Anyway, Smouldering Mace in the rear on an AI 1, would you believe? Let's crit it again. Oh, 2's probably not enough, actually. Spend a fate to reroll. His last fate to reroll. Come on, man. If I don't hit this, I'll cry a little bit. Oh, I should roll it in the tray, but I'm going to take it because I've just rolled ridiculous. So, discard a rapid adaptation from the board. Why not? He's 8 rage. He's got a rage. He's got a million rage. 1 black, 2 reds, 3 reds. Freebie. Freebies galore. Have a wound. Discard rapid adaptation. We don't have days, so I can't get into the rear with the Horizon's Edge, but I will be able to get adjacent to the rear, which will be just good enough. And this has been a wild. This has been a wild turn. A wild fight. I've loved every second of it. Building the pool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need break tokens. Break, fire. We've got 6 break tokens. He repositions for what it's worth, and when he's next to Solon, you can't free action, but it doesn't matter because this attack will be the end of the fight, we hope. We've lost a 1, so we need to put a 2 in. We lose a 1, we put a 2 in. I can't get over how exciting this fight's been. That's a 3 on top. Let's count the wounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds. Moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's in the rear because of the Horizon's Edge. It has reach 2. We gain deadly in the rear, so we're critting on a 9. We're hitting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're hitting on 2s and we're critting on 9s. She does have to do bleeding tokens, so it'd be 3 grave trauma. We'll be losing all 3 of the top cards. They're all positive. That's crazy. With the top one was Awakening again. I shuffled it, remember. Come on, give me another 9. Just one more time. She is at 5. She will spend a fate to reroll this. She hits twice. The Horizon's Edge is a very good chance of getting the job done here. It's 4 reds and a black, needing whatever because there's no rapid adaptation in play. Oh. Easily gets a 10. Can you believe that fight? That was an absolutely ridiculous fight. Just absolutely ridiculous. Because we got to the end of the fight and Demeter had not gone away, we survive with the Fused Souls guy, which is really cool. Reset Triskelions. What an amazing fight. I had such a great time. Lose the Logic Breaker. Gain a Pygmalion Stone, or a 1 stone. No, not a stone, a mark. And then gain some resources. We get Razor Claw, Ambrosia. Do we get all level 1s? 1, 2, 3, no. So 5, 6 Ambrosia, 2 Razor Claws, 2 Feathers. Doesn't feel like a lot, really, for all of that excitement. Wild. Oh, love Cycle 3 Primordials. They are just out of control. So much crazy shit happens every time you fight them. I love it. That's our major traumas. Yeah, just an outstanding fight. I'm unhappy about losing the Logic Breaker, but we can make another one. I'm trying to make the Logic Breaker work. I feel like Logic Breaker is really good in Cycle 2 because of the elation and clearing Ambrosia, but it's got a lot of Overbreak, and Overbreak's not great in Cycle 3. Yeah. Elation's good, but you don't really want to discard Ambrosia tokens in this cycle. You sort of want to keep them because it fuels some of your Nietzschean weapons and armor. So we'll probably just bring a... Who knows? Timeline. Delphian Siren Weapons comes in for our technology. And we have a story phase, and we have a doom. I'm going to check the loop end. If the doom triggers at the start in the story phase, when does the loop end trigger? Let's check. Make sure I'm doing it right. Loopy loops. If you have reached, consequently during each following end step, check if you've reached it. If you did, resolve the loop effect. So we will not gain a doom until next turn. Or sorry, we'll not read the doom phase until next turn. So loop end triggers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll have another loop end here. And we will do 7 progress, which means we will read a story. We lose 3 Argo Fate, and what a great time. Did I move the burden a second time? I don't think I did, because I awakened. Maybe I did move it, because I awakened once. I didn't get any other cool gear. When you have 6 tokens on your board, see 008. 008. Yeah, I have marked R1. So immediately return to the voyage phase, otherwise mark R1 here. Icarus is nowhere to be seen, but we've located the places he mentioned. The beacons, lighthouses, says Alcibiades with a wry smile. And with our current technology, mostly with what we've recovered from the Daedalus vault on Crete, we can activate them. And we should, adds Socrates, the war philosopher. They emit some kind of field that slows down the progression of the time trap that is slowly closing in on us and the whole of Delphi. And a cruel trap at that, says Alcibiades, pointing towards the wall of nothingness looming in the distance. Delphi is locked in an unending cycle of destruction and recreation, and we're caught up in it. As our time runs out, we'll be sent back to the beginning of our journey, but it's a false loop. It's degenerating, adds the young scholar Palamedes, brought to the meeting as he showed a keen mind and a fresh approach to this current crisis, meaning there is an end in sight, and from that there will be no escape. We're on borrowed time. Then it is decided, we relight these lighthouses, and maybe their light will guide us to Icarus. Flip the Icarus's plea card to cycle 2, 2B. Look at the lighthouse. The key to finding Icarus lies with his father's last work. The lighthouses of Delphi have been built to withstand the ravages of time itself and stave off the wall of void that descends on the land, the inevitable time front. All they needed was the tinder to kindle the fire, and you've brought one with you all the way from Crete, Ariadne's anchor. It seems the shadow of the great inventor, Daedalus, is long and dark. And it begs the question, has this all been preordained? Are you doomed to fail and continue the vicious cycle? In Delphi there are supposedly no coincidences, but there was also no hope here, and that you have brought a plenty. Hope will see you through this storm. Our goal is to relight 5 Daedalus lighthouses. We can place tokens on this card to study the unusual temporal phenomena of the fractured land of Delphi. When we reveal, some lighthouses are still standing in Delphi's glorious past, but to reach them you will need the Trespass Protocol technology. We are going into the past, friends. So we need to relight 5. We have 2 lit. And if we get 5 or more glory tokens, it counts as a thing. Okay. So we will flip this to 1B. And we actually have 1 on here already because we only needed 6. And we're about to trigger the Doom card anyway, so Doom card 1B. How exciting. End step, we go to the start of the next turn. We will move back to here because we got teleported back to here. We're automatically getting a Doom if we go up, but we definitely want to stay as far away from this little burden idiot as we can. Are we going to fight another Harpy at level 2? I don't know. I don't know. That was a little bit shattering on my nerves. I couldn't really say for sure that I'm ready for that again. But the Time Front Oracle, guys, just as bad. Hyper Time Oracle. We will move up. We will gain a Doom, which is going to give us another Doom. We will mark the timeline. We have a structural research technology. We have gain a Titan. Oh, I love seeing that card when it's early on and you've got no Titans. It's really, really clutch. What location are we on? Friendly. Is it Delphian? It is Delphian, so we're friendly. We gain a rage as a group. We'll give Otis a rage. And then gain 2 Skin of Malice. and the buffhead moves, the burden. We've moved back up. And gain 2 living abyss, and he moves again. Good timeline step. There is no other stuff on this map, so we'll move over to our projects and we are going to select Quantum Propylon. So we get to basically, I'll turn my face on. Hello. We'll get to basically refresh one of our Argo abilities. It means we've got 5, but it also means you can take one of the ones that's only a 1 use, get 1 use out of it, and then flip to something else. And there's one coming up soon, which is if you've got a dead Titan, you can just bring a dead Titan back by killing one in your vault. So you can basically go into battle with 5 Titans, and then you can tap that and you just bring it back. So it's a good one, and it will be very useful against the Hypertime Oracle. Let's have a look at the new gear that we have available to manufacture, because we have picked up Delphian Siren weapons. What do we want to make with our Delphian Siren weapons? It's a great question. You may be asking yourself, I don't know what they do, Deno. And you're right, you don't. But I'm here to show you. Here is a true Siren blade. Very, 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 very good. Very good. One-handed weapon, +2 to hit, 3 reds plus a break. If your fate and danger is combined to be 9 or higher, you get an extra 1. If you have 2 bleeding tokens, you have auto break 1, you have black, and clutch. I don't remember what clutch does, but I'm pretty sure it's good. Reposition 3, spiral 1, so if you miss your hit, you can re-roll it anyway, and lose a fate out of doing it. And you got an attack re-roll 1. Great weapon. We can make one. Spira, what do we got? Spiral Sparta. It's a spear type thing, but I don't think we're going to make it. I don't think we're going to be able to make it, but it's got Heartseeker, which is one of my favourite rules that lets you choose from the top 2 cards of the deck. Pretty good weapon as well. Not quite got the max cap of that, I think. I think the Siren Blade caps out higher and is more consistent. And then Siren Tusks, these are basically replacement little daggers. Pew, 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 pew. And finally the Spira Discus we can make. And that is tempting. So we don't have any ranged weapons at the moment, and I've felt the lack on occasion. Spira Discus. 1 roll and 2 blacks. Again, spiral, can re-roll a hit, lose a fate, lets you reposition when you throw it. Cumbersome is the only downside, but we've got some ways to work around that. We'll give that one some serious consideration, but do we have enough to make another? What does this need? Siren Coral Panoply. Yep. That's fine, but we could make another Siren Cataphract. That feels like a good play. I'm just going to check my timeline because as you can see, I've made some plans. Advanced transforming weapons. We're not going to get that before the next attack. Ikarian Harpy sighting. I think that is good, but doesn't give us any weapons. Ikarian Harpy sighting. Yes. What's regression agent? Yeah, that's wonderful. Ice elixir. Oh, what are they? That's good stuff. We'll probably will fight a harpy next time. Let's make ourselves some items, but we won't do that just yet. Let's go over to our timeline. We've marked it. It's story step. We've got none. It's doom step time, unfortunately. Vicious circle. When there are 7 or more, flip the card to side 1B. Immediately shuffle the Tomorrow's Edge and rewound exploration cards into the exploration deck. Rewound and Tomorrow's Edge. When there are 7 or more tokens on this card, C0049. No story. Good. Good. Let's go back to the map. We will move across to 28. Now, is there an easy way? Oh, look at this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. He's even got how many explored tiles there are. Scribe guy, you're a fucking jet, mate. Look at this. It's an R&R adventure. I'm not unhappy about an R&R adventure right now. Exploration step. Another Titan. But we're on Sunhair's land, so we don't gain anything else. Pretty sure. Yep. Another Titan. Building up the stocks. Daedalus Machina, gain 1. And our friend moves. And another Titan. And gain a Siren Shell. I love seeing Siren Shells. There's some good items, technologically advanced. We'll move our friend up 1. That's the end of that step. Just double check. Oh no, we've got R&R. That's right. I'll roll the R&R and see what we get. 3. Now remember, I've done quite a few of these R&Rs already, so I may re-roll this. Oh my god, I haven't done this one. Oh, good. That's a great story. That is a great story. Friends, at ITU, if you're ever watching this, that's outstanding. That's great stuff. I'm going to get 6 Siren Shell resources out of that, if you don't mind. 6. That's so clutch. That's the end, so we move on to the next day. Map, we go to 29. What do we got here? It's another Titan. So good. We are once again on Sun Air's territory. I feel much better about our Titan situation now. We get 2 Siren Shell resources. However, we are denounced, and so we gain a fate as a group. 1 fate. And I will... Do I want to spend an Argo fate? What's our timeline looking like? Still got 3 days. We will let the ball move. Boot. And cackle. Yuck. At least it's out for the next timeline battle. Living Abyss, and we could have a burden fight if we wanted to. I feel like it's coming, but let's spend an Argo Fate to lower his movement to 1 in this instance. And we'll gain a Living Abyss. That will just buy us 1 turn to buy some stuff. Because we've just moved to here. And we now take Icarian Harpy sighting. Projects, Icarian Harpy sighting. Now to do that, did we need to do something special? I think we did. Let me just read the Icarian Harpy sighting card. I think we needed to take a... yeah, so we either need to have a level 2 battle or we need to gain a paradox. We're going to gain a paradox because I want that. Let's have a look at what we can make now. This is a good turn of events. Okay, Spike Breakers, good. Regression Agent, oh good. Ice Elixir, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to grab those out and show those off and explain why I'm so excited about having access to them. Because there is every possibility we're going to make all of these. Regression Agent. You can move a rapid adaptation marker. So you can basically be like, no, I will attack that. Beautiful. Ice Elixir. Discard up to 2 bleeding tokens from yourself or an adjacent Titan. Just absolutely clutch. If your danger's 5 or higher, you can just trash the card completely. Or Spike Breakers, you may reduce all pulls suffered by up to 2, and you can ignore slippery movement terrain, and you gain rock steady, which means you can't be knocked down if you're on slippery terrain. Really, really, really impactful things. So we'll definitely make 1 of each and see where we're at with our items. What do we need for... I don't think I want the trireme breastplate anymore. I mean, it's okay, but do we make a true Siren Blade? We probably do. It's just a good item. Okay, so true Siren Blade. We could still make a Siren Cataphract. We can't make another Ice Elixir, which is a shame. Regression Agent is Machina and Razor Claw. Machina and Razor Claw. We can make both of those. No, we can only make 1 of those. Spike Breakers, I think we'll make Spike Breakers. So we've got 2 Spike Breakers, 1 Ice Elixir, 1 Regression Agent. Good. We've got a true Siren Blade. Is there anything else we can craft? We could make another Cataphract. Do we need to? What about our new weapons? Can we make a Delphian Siren weapons? No, we can't make anything else from there. Do we make the Siren Cataphract? It's a strong piece. Yeah, we're going to make Siren Cataphract. Second one of those. If only for the bleeding limit 5 that we get. I will go away and muddle around with my Titans and stuff and show you what I've ended with back very shortly, which will seem immediate to you. That was exhausting. I feel good. I feel good about who we're taking into the next fight, whatever that may be. I'm assuming it's going to be against Tubby Bally Roll of Doom, but sort of preparing for a few options. Maybe I will actually go Isolix. This has changed like 15 times. Yeah, that, feel better about that, has to be there. That I can probably replace with Regression Agent actually. Yeah. So 3 Delphian Dreamwalkers. I'm going to try the Abyss Watcher again. You gain an Ambrosia token at the start of the battle from that. None of those. You gain an Ambrosia token and gain an Ambrosia token, so you're gaining 2. Should we actually redeploy this gear to there and this gear to there? Because you have the ability to ignore Ambrosia gain. No, because we want to trigger the level 2 on this item, so that's fine. Wow, crazy, crazy turn of events. I'm going to use the red marker on the Abyss Watcher. I'm going to use the blue marker on Phyloctera. Green remains on Ulyssia, yellow remains on Solon. Interesting turn of events there. We have a something to do that I've completely forgotten. Fused Souls. End of the last fight, we survived barely by the skin of our teeth with 1 activation to go, which means we trigger the other event. And the other special event, it's pretty good. The other, is it in this one? It's not. The other is in maybe cycle 1. Let's check this one. Yep, it's in cycle 1 playbook. The other, all it is, I think, is you name the Titan and they gain a +1 precision bonus off the top of my head. Let's check. Sorry for the delay, friends. Trying to be much more on top of things. Mind you, this is a hard one. Name the Titan you were junctioning with. You have a +1 precision and ignore the Fused Souls Trauma card. So we will have Solon the Dreamwalker. Shall be named. And henceforth, when he junctions with Telebarcus, he gains +1 precision. You could call it a Forbidden Love, fused with Solon. +1 precision. Done. And the way I remember that is I just put a +1 precision on the Titan. Just so we have it. Great. That was a very exhausting period. We are going to move into the next timeline day. So we are going to move up to 30. As you can see, we have explored 16 map tiles. Day 16, I feel like we should be one less. Start with one. That's right. Move on the map, 230, and there is a glory. There's a city too. It's a Delphian city. We'll place the last visited city there, and we will also gain a glory, which will mean we have made a map that we can do some stuff with. You partially reconstruct the geographical map of Delphi. C16. I wonder if I'm supposed to do that in the story phase. Just says when you place 2 there. 16. Eureka! Shouts Palamedes excitedly. Look, it's taking shape. Indeed, the faint light that you projected your maps was woefully useless since you arrived in Delphi. This will help us find our bearings and those lighthouses of Daedalus. Gain the map of the past, story 1B clue card. The map of the past. That doesn't help us in the slightest, actually. That's the map of the past. We're not in the past, we're in the present. So that'll be relevant later. Exploration. We're on friendly territory, so gain 2 living abyss. And we've managed to avoid another move from the guy. 2 living abyss. 1, 2. Whereas he's 2 steps away from us now, isn't he? Cackle's out, so there's no way he can possibly catch us today. Come on. We mark the timeline here. And another 3 living abyss. Because we are friendly. Good one. As you can see, the structural technology that we are going to research is called temporal aegis. And that is an Argo fate to avoid gaining a paradox. And we have a city negotiation that we can now use. So we will do that. Temporal aegis. So if we have a look at our bonuses, for our negotiation technology, we have 2. Temporal aegis to gain an Argo fate to lose a paradox. We're definitely going to do that. Gain a fate, lose a paradox. We have no other technology negotiation ones that I want to use at the moment. What about structurals? We can't do any breeding. Oh, actually we could. Cannot use this ability again until we do it. Great. Titan rearing, no. Titan training, do we want to? Get an Argo fate? I don't think so. Did we add the Nubian contacts when we put... That's a shame. Could have been a positive one. That's it. We are going to move on again to 17. 2 choices here. 25, both are Delphians. I don't see any light. Ooh. No. That's probably going to be... I think we'll go up. We'll go up. Ah, nice. That's a good one, Deno. One more. Oh no, it's our loop end now. Something good is going to happen now. Maybe. Because I'm guessing that the next map tile across is our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've gone one too many, I think. Because I started my loop here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've gone one too many somewhere along the way. That's fine. The last loop end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we haven't actually marked this one yet. What? We've just gone to here. Let's do our exploration draw. Two siren shell, and our friend moves. And tomorrow's edge on a Sun Airs map tile, gain a paradox. We are on a Delphian tile, but our paradoxes are 3 or higher. We now remove from the deck permanently, and we see the tomorrow's edge special event. I don't think I've ever done this. This is exciting. Tomorrow's edge. To survive in Delphi, you need to flirt with chaos and dance with the paradoxes. However, everything has limits, ones you should already know. You've threaded too far into the improbable and drawn the attention of something wicked, weaved from umbral ash, a sick wind, and a perverted wish. Something that abhors a paradox. Choose. You need to make drastic changes to the timeline now. Try to bring it into alignment with the main continuity. Lose 1 crew or 1 hull to lose 3 paradoxes. Random Argonaut gains the fractured affliction. Sun Airs -1 diplomacy. Oh. 2 successes. This is a choice. I'm just going to read fractured, because I don't remember that. Fractured. They must always apply fate effects, and they cannot gain nodes for fated Nemos cards. We do have a priest, so we will be able to remove fractured at some point. We got a lot of crew, so I'm going to lose a crew to lose our 3 paradoxes. And we're going to mark a fated event. Tomorrow's edge. Cool, that seems fun. That's now removed from the deck permanently. Yep. And we've still got another tile to draw, another card to draw. Rewound. Lose a paradox. Oh, if it's 3 or higher. If this ability didn't trigger, gain a paradox. And remove until the next timeline battle. We're doing so well with our paradoxes. Nubian traders, I don't want to do any trading. Helian Holy Adjudicary. Denounced. Lose a crew. Come on, man. Cut a guy some slack, will ya? Oh, pre-Eschaton Foundry. 2 Daedalus Machina. That was a punishing bunch of draws. 1, 2. And he moves again, the little chump. Okay. We finished our last turn, or our last loop on Ariadne's anchor. So we moved to there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our timeline from our loop end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll now do our next move, where we will mark 18. And we'll go here. We've found another lighthouse. Surprise, surprise. There's nothing else on this tile, so we will place Ariadne's anchor. We will remove the anchor from this one. We will do our draws and see if we can dodge a little roly ball of doom. Did I remember a Titan? No, I didn't do a I didn't do a story event or gain a Titan on the last one. I'm going to stop recording and check if I gained the Titan. I didn't. I'm getting way too excited. I need to relax. Relax. Slow down. Take your time. Let's do an adventure and see if we can roll the same one we've got 3 on. It's a 10. That's definitely not the same one. Of Wax and Promises. Spot of Nothingness. Did I not mark that last one of what we left behind? The dim. Of Wax and Promises. This story is a supernatural one. That is not supernatural. That is supernatural. That is not. Neither of those are. And they have a spot of nothingness. Of Wax of Promises. A spot of nothingness will be interesting. I think I've got one of those out already. There it is. Great. Let's read Challenge the Sun. The mouth of the cavern opens wide in front of you, shielded from the wind by a tall cliff of rocks and hoarfrost. The sound of curses and chattering teeth echo around you. Your guide looks sheepishly to you. It is the only place we can build the ship. You look around, but you don't see any water and only white stone and ice. Perhaps the canal runs deeper in the caverns. Come now, Argonauts, Vetus says as he walks deeper in the cavern. The shipwright makes up for his lack of height with a keen intellect and a passion for his craft, the likes of which you've only seen once, in Alcibiades. His unkempt blonde hair makes him look like a madman, but his eyes are clear and of the palest blue. His fur-covered back disappears swiftly inside the tunnel, and you have no other choice but to follow him. You said this is the only place you can build your ship? Why? From the corner of your eye, you see Alcibiades perk up. Everywhere else is too cold to work, Vetus replies. There isn't a hint of anger on his face, only sad acceptance. It feels as if it's not the first time he's explaining this. This is a very special ship. We need a big space to build it, a safe space in the shade. You frown at this, but Vetus doesn't elaborate. You have heard stories about the Twilight Watch, about how they've had to adapt to survive. Many die each day, and those that live, sometimes you wonder if it can truly be called living. By the way, Vetus tries to speak casually, but you can tell this has been weighing on his tongue for some time. Did you happen to encounter machinas left by Daedalus on your journey? We have studied his work, but all we have found so far are scarce few plans and scraps. It would help us tremendously if we could tinker with a real machina. If you don't have enough Daedalus machina resources, you cannot choose option 1. We need 3. We have 4. We will give him the machina. Delphians, diplomacy +1, lose 3 Daedalus machina, and Sun Heirs -1. These Sun Heirs are just getting absolutely trashed on diplomacy. Very soon we're going to be at war with them. It's bad times. C001. With a swift nod, you agree. Vetus smiles gracefully. Thank you, Argonauts. This means a lot to us. With every step he takes, Vetus seems to breathe more easily, as if a weight had been lifted from his shoulders. You have given up precious resources, but in doing so you helped your allies, people in need. What they do with his machina now is up to them, and you feel like you can trust Vetus. The party leader gains a danger. We'll make that Otis. And we see 003. You eventually come out into a tunnel and into a wide room. In the middle stands a half-built ship, its open belly allowing you to peer inside. This is no seafaring trireme, it's more like the Argo, just minuscule. Its sleek features suggest the shape of horses and fins. People hammer away at its metal plates, a formidable work of steel and techne, yet it seems raw, unfinished, like a first draft. We are still clearly working on the structural ribs. You can see the shift from guide to shipwright as Vetus fates light up. I'm struggling. I need to go to bed. Vetus's face lights up when he points to the ship. Pride is written all over his features. An astereme. Supposedly the Pale Ones built these by the dozen, but that was before us mortals inherited the land. Only Daedalus's machinas can provide the parts. You wish to ask him more, but suddenly you spot a lone figure in the back of the room. A thin man dressed in rags, hollow and tall, gently swaying from side to side like a fragile tree in the wind. A sense of dread comes over you. The more you look at this man, the more puzzled you become. The air grows colder and you start to feel dizzy. Colourful images of past and future rush into your mind like long forgotten memories, out of order and yet in their designated place. Groaning, you grab your head, but when you look for the strange man again, he is nowhere to be seen. The least likely Argonaut gains the Timekeeper's Child card, gain a paradox. We did such a great job getting rid of our paradoxes. Least likely, you have that, it's either of you two. Let's look at Timekeeper's Child. Arrive from time clocked is a clutch ability. Wow. Let's give that to Telebarcus. Wow, that is just clutch. We call him the Silent Hermit, says Vetus. He is harmless, although a little unsettling. Always lingers on the fringes, never speaks to anyone, and never asks for anything. We tried following him once, but he knows his way around this cavern better than us. His voice drops to a whisper, and you have to strain your ears to hear him. Some swear they saw him in other places, cities, villages, ruins. He doesn't do anything, just stands there. So he's a bad omen, one of you asks? No, he's just there. Although how he sneaks around is beyond me. Theories of time hopping through portals cross your mind, but you keep those to yourself as you finally stop in front of the ship. It is even more impressive up close. You can now see tiny elements that remind you of Daedalus's designs, but nothing like the machinas you've encountered. Yet, with some further engineering, while Alcibiades looks at the structure, you notice there is no basin nearby to berth the ship, and yet it rests on wooden beams that keep it upright. It won't be easy to move it outside, let alone the frozen shore of the sea. But it won't sail the sea, will it? What are you planning to do with it? I'm assuming you've noticed that something is wrong with our homeland. He takes your silence as confirmation continues. Time repeats itself over and over again. Eternal ruination under the pitiless sun of Helios that seems to mock us. You know the story of Icarus. Now stones float, metal is lighter. This ship is to be sky-worthy. In a flash, you piece it all together. You are trying to reach the sun. We believe the scornful god left this final gauntlet for us, to crush us even after death. But we will rise. Reaching his fabled domain is the only way to show we are worthy of the inheritance of Hellas and stop this madness. Vetus states with conviction. You know how the story of Icarus ends. You know what will happen if you get too close to the sun. And a flying ship? You cannot wrap your heads around this absurd idea, and yet, as you look at the astereme, you start to wonder if it actually is possible. Metal is lighter here. If someone could have figured it out, it'd be Daedalus. Could this truly be the solution to Delphi's problems? In Vetus's eyes, you find only hope. His faith in his mission is unwavering. Gain a progress. Great. One of the workers shouts an abrupt warning and hammers and nails clatter to the floor. Metal groans, people scream and rush to safety. Alcibiades tells you to run as metal plates break away from the ship's hull. Each Argonaut tests endurance. We need at least 2 successes. Maybe. Alright, so each Argonaut tests endurance. It's on a 10, so that's very, very high. We can gain 3 fate to add 3. So we're going to do that. Why has he got a fate? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So that's going to take his test from a 10 down to a 6. That's a 10. That's just excellent. Endurance, nothing. So we will gain 3, 7. Oh, that's so good. We got 2 successes. That's all we needed. So we won't worry about it anymore. Solon. These 2 endurance, actually, we probably would for him. Because if we can get 3, we get an Inwards Odyssey. Yeah, so we won't worry about it on Penelope. She rolls a 1. Good. Gain a danger and gain a bleeding token. 2 to 3 successes. Subtract an Argo fate. Gain a paradox. Regardless of the result, Vetters apologises for the accident. From this moment on, you keep your distance from the construction site, watching as the workers tend to their wounded and clean up the mess. As the dust settles, you spot a woman with dark hair and a strange Xiphos strapped to her belt, a blade modified with black ice and strange technique. When she spots you, she crosses her arms and watches you silently, her gaze lingering on each of you in turn, as if she was looking for weakness. Then she smiles and extends her hand. Her calloused palm, not unlike your own, is firm and strong. This is much more than a greeting, you realise. This handshake is another way to measure you. I'm Axiothia. Each Argonaut may subtract a fate. 1, 2, 3. See, 44. Who are you, Axiothia? What do you want from us? Axiothia glances at you as you approach the crowd, then shifts her attention to what appears to be a loud argument between Vetus and a group of newly arrived Sun heirs. This is blasphemy, yells their leader. How dare you defy it? Lord Phaeton's chariot! His followers clamour in agreement. This is just a thing of copper and bronze, and our only solution, Vetus yells back, holding his ground. It's almost frightening to see the shipwright redirect his passion with such vehemence. Axiothia watches him, hand on her Xiphos, ready to intervene at a moment's notice. Argonauts, tell them that we have to do this. Vetus spots you, calling out for aid. All eyes turn to you. If you have finished the What We Leave Behind hub, we cannot. We did not. Do we let the Twilight Watch build their Astereem and gain a diplomacy with the Twilight Watch and lose a diplomacy with the Sun Heirs? Or do we stop them? We let them build it, because as you know, friends, if you build it, they will come. Sun Heirs, we're going to war. We're going to war. See, 006. The Sun Heirs don't stick around once they realise they will not be able to stop the Twilight Watch. Vetus thanks you profusely when the last of them disappears. The construction resumes soon after, but before you leave, Vetus shows you a pile of metal plates, wooden beams, and other construction materials. These are Hyperborean isolated. Won't you need these for your Astereem, you ask? We can always find more. And besides, if we can make this work, maybe even your Argo can sail the clouds one day, he exclaims with a chuckle. Bring on Cycle 4, baby. We can always find more, yes. You laugh at the preposterous thought, though you admire the man's enthusiasm and optimism, so alien compared to the Twilight Watch as a whole. Alcibiades chooses a few metal plates before you say your goodbyes. The old priest doesn't say much about the events of the day when you recount them to him later. Yet he frowns at the mention of the silent hermit. Gain a hull. Get in. See, 45. This has been a long story event. We will have to be careful. We do know who or what that man is. It would be wise not to let ourselves be surprised. You nod silently, thinking about Icarus, who also appeared and disappeared out of thin air, displaced. Who do you think it is? Maybe a Delphian ghost, or perhaps a sun hare who got close to the time front. Let's keep him in mind, but not worry about things out of our control. You nod and let the lull of the Argo calm your mind. What an outstanding story event. We're back to the timeline. We marked this. We've moved over here. We're now on 26. We're going to do our shuffle draw. We get a Titan. How many we got now? 15. Outstanding. Are we friendly? Is this good old Delphian land? Ah, it's Sun Airs, damn. Gain a Siren Shell. And gain 1 Daedalus Machina. Because we are on a denounced location. And that guy moves to us. Well, we made it. We made it to the timeline battle. We've got 3 Argo Fate. So we've got plenty of... do we stop him from moving, actually? Yeah, I think we'll stop him from moving. We'll spend an Argo Fate to stop him from moving. We're about to lose a lot of it. At this point, friends, I am going to finish up this episode because it's been a long one. It's been awesome, but it's also been very long. We will be gaining some advanced transforming weapons, and at the end of this end step, we are going to trigger the loop end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to be on our next timeline battle, which is great. Loop end. And we have 1 frozen time. I'd like a few more, but frozen time you can use to extend your loop. So you can increase your loop by a day to just try and grab another lighthouse. We have currently marked 3 lighthouses on our map. If we have a look here, 1, 2, 3 lighthouses. And if we can gain 2 more glory, we will have marked 4. When we have explored 20 map tiles, we will be able to gain a technology to teleport ourselves into the past. And I'm looking forward to that very much. In our next timeline battle, we will face off against a level 2 Icarian Harpy because we have set ourselves up to do that with some good gear that should hopefully make our lives a little bit easier. But that is it for next episode, friends. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to seeing you then. Big Deno out.